So just about set now. And today's starting pitcher, Freddie Peralta.
Very solid starters, able to repeat his mechanics on a consistent basis, which allows him to move through the lineup and get deep into a ball game.
Digging in, Michael
Leading off
Busch.
tonight for the Cubs, the first baseman, Michael Busch.
That's in for a strike at 95. So we're off and running in game 3. That one fouled off. Ball one there.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Out to short, Ortiz. In plenty of time to first. One up, one down. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Nico Horner, batting with one down, takes a strike. One out, base is empty. Close one, doesn't get the call. And 1-1.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
On the ground, right side. He takes it on his own. Quick start here this evening. 2 out, top of the first.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Kyle Tucker.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. Off the mark there. 1-0. 2 outs, base is empty. He swings and fouls one off. Righty delivers. And there's a ball. Hard ground ball, base knock. And that keeps the inning going. Now it's the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in game 3 of the NLDS. Upstairs, and the count 1-2. Struck him out looking. One left for the Cubs. Now it's the Brewers' turn. It's a scoreless ball game. You're watching the National League Division Series on the show. Back here in Milwaukee. And pitching in this game, Matthew Boyd.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Jackson Chourio, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Just missed.
I think it's very important to establish the inside part of the plate early. It sets the tone for the rest of the game.
And another ball. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. He's there. He's got it. 1 down.
Batting second, the second baseman.
Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
This is Bryce Terang. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Horner tosses to first, and they get the out.
Batting third, the catcher, William Contreras.
2 outs, base is empty. William Contreras now at the plate. First offering, and it just misses.
1 ball, no strike.
Just off the outside edge. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. There's a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. Scoreless after 1. Third game of the division series. So up now for Chicago, Ian Happ. Peralta back to work. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Perkins makes the catch, and there's 1 down.
He was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. And first offering is fouled off. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. This one looks like trouble. Into second, and he's got a double.
All over that one right there. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced, and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
So digging in, Pete Crow Armstrong. Foul ball there. Deal 1. Fastball for a strike.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Kelly over at second, one down. Checks his swing, appeal to third, and yes, he offered at it. And now it's Dansby Swanson. Pitch in the dirt, ball one. Top of the zone for a called strike. No score here in the second. Now one missed. Just missed. Matt Shaw in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Runner at second, two down. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
And next for the Cubs, Matt Shaw. Just missed. Swing and a miss.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
That's down and in. Michael Busch, the kind of bat that can make a big impact if they can keep it going here. First and second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second. Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2. Good job to fight that one off. Strike 3. Throws him with the front door slider.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
We head to the bottom of the second. Up now for Milwaukee, Christian Yelich. The strategy around starting pitchers in the postseason, it's really changed in recent years. Managers are pulling starters earlier, making a strong bullpen essential for a championship team. Next offering is in for a strike.
Yeah, I think with starting pitchers, they're not going as deep in the postseason because managers aren't willing to let them get knocked around and put a game out of reach. Most skippers have a quicker hook this time of the year.
This to third. In time to Busch. Yelich is out.
Batting fifth, the first baseman,
Andrew Vaughn now. The number 3 overall pick out of Cal for the White Sox in 2019. Line drive. And that's just foul. On its way to the corner. And that will drop foul. struck him out looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Sal Frelick. Just missed.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
And that's way high. And it's 2-0. That clips the inside corner for a strike. And that one fouled off.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Broken bat, and it's popped up. Shaw settles under it and makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Brewers go down quietly. We'll move to the third with no score. And we're back on to the third inning. And now it's going to be Michael Busch. On the ground, right side. And it goes just foul. Tap foul at the plate. Next offering down in the dirt. Got him looking. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Well, he throws him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling when you think the ball's going to get into the gutter, and somehow it just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called third strike.
So here's Horner now. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time. Outside corner, there's a strike. Horner in his 6th season, 27 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2018.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. And ball 1. One down, base is empty. That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. Tracks it down for the out. And there's 2 down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Tucker stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. That pitch clips the outside corner, and the count 1-1. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. No runs, no hits, no errors. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. We're tied 0-0. Back here at American Family Field as we go to the last of the third. Up now for Milwaukee, number 21. And that drops in for a strike.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
just missed. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Corner over to first. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Batting eighth, the center fielder, Blake Perkins.
Next for Milwaukee, Blake Perkins. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
And a foul ball. That just misses. And the count 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And a 1-2. Hard ground ball, base knock. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that.
Batting
I know it was a
up.
ground ball,
That's
but it was
shortstop.
absolutely
Yes, sir.
hammered through the infield. That's not one you're
Okay.
excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Next for the Brewers, Joseph Ortiz. That one misses, and it's 1-0. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Headed for the plate. He will score, and they take the lead.
Picks himself up an RBI. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his back through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers. That misses, and that's ball 1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Man at second. Late that time, and it's strike 2. And a swing and a miss. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, that's always the key
Number
to effective
2.
pitching is
Second
getting ahead in the
baseman,
count.
Dwight.
And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start
Go
expanding
Red.
the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here in game 3 of the NLDS. Late swing, foul to the left. Got him. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. Brewers pick up a run on this RBI double. It's now 1-0. This is the National League Division Series on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the top of the 4th. Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, Seiya Suzuki. There's the strike.
You know, these Cubs, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today. Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Ian Happ up to hit. Wide to center his first time. Just missed.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Check swing, called strike.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Line drive, base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Couple of singles back-to-back. Nice job going the opposite way with it, letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfectly.
First and second, no outs. Carson Kelly will hit next. And that one fouled off. The next pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. The 1-2. Gets a piece. And stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Crow Armstrong in the box, lays off for ball 1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Right through there for a strike.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Suzuki, the lead runner out at second. Happ over at first with 1 away. That one inside, look out. Tying run in scoring position, top half of inning number 4. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Just absolutely rolling on the mound. He's looking very much on his game in the early parts of this one, Boog. Fully on the attack with these hitters.
That's 7 strikeouts already, so he's got a good pace going, no doubt. And here comes Dansby Swanson. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. There's a strike. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. The shortstop takes the ball.
That's a really good take.
Two aboard, 2 outs. Down the line, and it's foul. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 2 on, 2 outs.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Next offering misses, and a full count now. So both runners should be on the move here on the full count pitch.
Yeah, this is a good chance to tie up this ball game. See if he can find some open grass in the outfield.
Swing and a drive. Deep left field. That one is back. Out of here. And they lead it. It's 3-1. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Swung on, belted. That one carrying. That's long gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add to their lead. It's 4-1.
Back-to-back home runs, and they keep adding to their lead. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
So up next, Michael Busch. 0 for 2 in this one. First pitch misses.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Perkins makes the catch, inning over. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 4-1. Ready to go, bottom 4. And now the catcher comes up to him. William Contreras. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. That's through there for a strike.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down inning time.
Next offering way off the plate. Line drive to short and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. You hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Here comes Christian Yelich. Grounded out his first time up. Fastball for a strike. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Ripped, but it curls foul. The Cubbies leading by 3. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Yelly set down on strikes. Andrew Vaughn up now for the Brewers. Went down on strikes his first time through.
Not giving him a pitch to hit there isn't a bad thing. He's dealing with a great first pitch hitter up there.
Next offering is fouled back. Swings through that one. And that one almost got him. Two outs. And it remains 2-2.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
And now the count is full. And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. 3-2. The pitch is outside. And ball 4.
The right fielder, number 10.
So a man at first. Up now for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick. He's 0 for 1. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
And misses inside.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
That just misses. Now 2-2. And there's a ball.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Line drive, base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane.
Snags it on the run. And the inning is over. Brewers strand a couple. And they trail it 4-1.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back,
Brewers.
and there's a new arm in the mound to start the 5th. Number 39.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
The second baseman,
Nico Horner will come up to hit. Here's a swing and a line drive and a base hit into right field. And the leadoff man aboard.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter.
Here's Kyle Tucker. 1 for 2. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
You know, these Cubs putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Next offering way upstairs. Fastball for a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Derek Tatum, the left-hander, up and throwing. Gasser also getting ready. Horner gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it. Still try to get that ground ball double play.
Got him swinging. And one gone.
Pretty simple plan of attack on the mound right there, huh?
Yeah, nothing but fastballs. They just kept putting down the number 1 and letting it fly. I like it.
Yeah, me too. And I'd love to hit against that. But, of course, when you're in the box, you think he's bound to change speeds on you at some point. You're just kind of locked up, sort of like reverse psychology.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Seiya Suzuki. First pitch just misses. Pickoff throw. Corner back in on a dive. And there's a foul ball. That clips the zone. Now 1-2. Man at first, one away. Outside low, and it's 2-2. Fastball is outside.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 3-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. Here's Ortiz for 1. Over to first. That's 2. Nicely done. 1-6-3, and that will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Cubs 4 and the Brewers 1. Third game of the division series. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Blake Perkins. Boyd back to work. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, these Brewers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Ortiz.
To the batter now, Joseph Ortiz. Doubled in his first AB. Ripped to third and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
So the lineup flips over. Next is the designated hitter, Jackson Chourio. And first offering is fouled off. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. And we're back, top of the 6th inning. So up now for Chicago, Ian Happ. Activity in the bullpen for the Brewers. Derek Tatum, the lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Up the middle, Terang throws to first, and that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. Here's the catcher, Carson Kelly. Kelly, in his 7th season, 30 years old now. He joined the team as a free agent. Ball one there. Bases empty, one away here in game 3 of the NLDS. High in the air, out to right. Frelick after it. Brings it in. 2 down.
Up next for the Cubs, the center fielder,
Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that drops in for a strike. And that one's a little bit low. And that is ball one.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
And they'll do it again.
Ball. 2-2.
Popped up. Ortiz. And that is that. So they go quietly there. 2-3-4 due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Cubs 4 and the Brewers 1. Back here in Milwaukee, bottom of the 6th inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Bryce Terang. The lefty fires. And that misses. 1-0. Hit hard on the ground to short. Whips it to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus. But they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And now it's William Contreras. That's down and in. A slider missed.
Boog, this offense is fighting for their lives right now. They're not ready for this season to be over, so they need to dig deep and find a way to get something going. Anything will help.
One down, base is empty. That catches the zone for a strike, and it's 1-2.
Tonight, his slider has been really impressive. I mean, tight spin. Seems like the hitters aren't picking it up out of the hand.
Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. Chris, 3rd time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today. Economical with the pitch count.
Yelich in the box again, takes a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Just missed.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
And he gets tied up right there.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Moving under this one. And the inning is over. Nothing across here this half. On to the 7th now in game 3. It's the Cubs 4 and the Brewers 1.
Now pitching for
So the Brewers bring on a new pitcher from the pen, Alexis Moda.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Dansby Swanson stands in. He's already homered in this game. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And delivers outside. And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
Look, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
The third baseman,
Matt Shaw digs in now. He's already homered here in this one. That one's in there. Strike one.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Just missed. That one not close. 2-1. Now this is in the air down the line. Freeland. And there are 2 outs.
Now batting, the first baseman, Michael.
Now a chance for Michael Bush. 0 for 3 in this one. Just missed. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Contreras makes the grab. And that is that. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. But they lead it 4-1. Set for the last half of the 7th. And here's the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. Suzuki raging back towards the wall. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
So digging in, Sal Freeland. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. And that one wrapped foul. 1 down, base is empty. Fouled off left side.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it. To improve your game, but ultimately you either have it or you don't.
And that's too high.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield. Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Matthew Boyd will depart, and he was very good. They'll be happy with that, no doubt. We'll be back with a new pitcher in a minute.
Now pitching for
Drew
Chicago.
Pomeranz into the game.
Number 45.
He's got a wicked breaking ball in his arsenal, and it's definitely one of his go-to pitches when he needs an out.
Here's the third baseman. Right through there for a strike. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. Over to first, and he saved. I remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. The 0-1. Runner takes off. Lifted in the air, right center field. Suzuki makes the grab for the second out.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
So up next, Blake Perkins.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. High fly ball, right field. Suzuki has a beat on it. He makes the grab, and that is that. So the Cubs bullpen does its job nicely there. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Cubs 4 and the Brewers 1.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Brewers,
back, and a new arm on the mound to start
number
the 8th.
48.
Derek Tatum.
Derek Tatum.
Here's Nico Horner.
Leading off for the
1
Cubs,
for 3.
The second baseman, Nico Horner.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Stepping in, Kyle Tucker. On the ground, a second, might be 2. There's 1. On the Vaughn, 2.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
So 2 down now, and here is Seiya Suzuki. Check swing, called strike. And that is downstairs. And that's ball 1. And a swing and a miss.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
In the dirt, ball 2. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the late stages of game 3. And that's outside. That's ball 4, trying another fastball, but missed the spot.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Step off, throw to first, and he's back in safely. High chopper to third, and that one handled. Zips it across. Third out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubs 4 and the Brewers 1. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Brad Keller.
Now pitching for the Cubs.
Now
Number
here
40,
is Joseph Ortiz.
Brad Keller.
The Brewers in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at bat out of him right here.
That pitch in for a strike. 0-1.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
And that one hit to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Now here is Jackson Chourio. A little bit low. Ball one.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Hard hit left side. Fires to first on the run, and they get the out.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
2 down, bases empty. Next for Milwaukee, Bryce Terang. See the velocity, 97 with that fastball. That finds the mark on the inside corner.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. Leading off, Carson Kelly. Tatum back to work. And first offering is fouled off. Tatum, a 6'2 southpaw. He features a 2-seam fastball, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Movement in Milwaukee's bullpen. Jacob Mizorowski, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. McGill also throwing. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
And up next for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1 ball, no strike.
And another ball.
2 balls, no strike.
Breaking ball inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Fastball for a strike.
Thought the green light might be on right there, but maybe not. If you're looking to swing in that count, that's the pitch you want.
3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
The batter, number 7.
Swanson digs in. He really made his presence felt back in the 4th inning of this one, Singy.
Absolutely. 3-run blast and a shot of energy for his teammates. Everyone in that dugout was pretty fired up.
Now snap throw to first, and he's back safely. That one misses, and that's ball 1. Crow Armstrong stands at first with 1 out. Swing and a ball hammered left field, and it one-hops the wall. Coming home. He will score, and the lead runner holds on at second base.
Everything came together for him. Got a good pitch to drive, stayed short with his back path to the ball, and caught it out front, and he stayed long in his follow-through. That's how you split the gap, and that's pretty much a double every time.
1 out, runner at second. Shaw, the next to hit. Chopper right side. Terang. Throw to first in time.
Up next for the Cubs, the first baseman, Michael Busch.
Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Michael Busch.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
And first offering is fouled off. That one ran inside, almost got him. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
2 outs. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Cubs pick up a run on the RBI double. It's now a 5-1 ball game. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth, Alberto Ibar.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
William Contreras getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Just missed. And a swing and a line drive at a right field. Suzuki makes the grab, and there's one down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Yelich in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
To the right side, a dive, nice stop, over to first, and that's a great play for the out.
Well, that ball off the bat, ticketed for the outfield and a base hit for the hitter, but just taken away by the diving stop. Nice job.
So last chance for the Brewers. Now Andrew Vaughn. And that's downstairs. And that is ball 1. Inside, just missed.
That two-seam fastball is usually coupled with a slider away, and when a hitter's conscious of the pitch in, it's hard for him to cover middle away, and that's where a pitcher can really finish off that batter.
That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit. Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
Next offering is in for a strike.
3-1 count, saying to himself, I've got to get a fastball here. Just spins a get-me-over breaking ball to bring the count full.
The Brewers down by 4 here in Game 3 of the NLDS. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The Brewers down to their final strike. And that's it. They're moving on to the National League Championship Series.